Have you ever felt like being the go-to person was more of a trap than a destiny? There's a profound illusion in feeling chosen, as if selected from many for a special mission or purpose. But what if this isn't an honor but a subtle form of entrapment? Research shows a direct correlation between individuals with a helper mindset and increased rates of burnout and anxiety. It's essential to question, are we truly chosen, or just caught in a web woven by our own willingness to always say yes? Being constantly relied upon can drain your energy and detract from your personal goals and well-being. Often, what starts as a voluntary aid becomes an obligatory service where saying no feels almost impossible. Let's talk about the deceptive allure of being labeled as special or one of a kind. This might feel like a compliment, but is it really? Being chosen often comes with strings attached, strings that pull you into performing and being on call, forever locked in a role that benefits others more than it benefits you. It's vital to examine whether this distinction of being chosen is an honor or a cunning strategy to keep you bound to others' needs and expectations. The role of being perpetually available and ready to assist can lead one to lose sight of their own needs and ambitions, making it harder to pursue personal aspirations or even take a well-deserved rest. And what about the value you offer? Often, your worth to others is not a reflection of your true value but rather their victory in having you available at their beck and call. It's time to reevaluate relationships where you feel more utilized than appreciated. Remember, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. This reevaluation might mean taking steps to assert your value and setting clear boundaries. The process of defining what you are willing to offer and under what terms can help shift these dynamics, empowering you to engage in healthier and more reciprocal relationships. The burden of expectations is heavy, particularly when you are seen as the fixer in your family, friend group, or workplace. These expectations can become a prison, with bars made of tasks and favors performed at the cost of your own health and happiness. It's crucial to start setting boundaries and saying no, or you risk living a life tailored to the needs of others instead of your own. By identifying what you truly wish to commit to and distinguishing these from imposed expectations, you can begin to free yourself from this undue burden. Have you ever felt chosen for tasks or roles you never actually volunteered for? This lack of choice is a clear sign of being used rather than genuinely valued. It's okay to reject these unsolicited responsibilities and to reclaim your autonomy. You are not obligated to carry burdens that aren't yours by choice. Stepping back to evaluate why and how you became the chosen one may reveal patterns of behavior that you can change. Asserting your right to choose can transform feelings of obligation into opportunities for genuine contribution, where your involvement is not just valued but sincerely desired. Navigating the tricky waters of being seen as indispensable involves recognizing the difference between being genuinely valued and being conveniently used. By understanding the nuances of these dynamics, you can better manage your roles and relationships. This awareness is crucial for maintaining personal integrity and emotional health, ensuring that your contributions are fulfilling rather than draining. Ultimately, everyone has the right to choose their level of involvement, making it possible to balance personal satisfaction with helping others. It's important to unmask the users in your life, those who choose you for your utility, not for your inherent worth. Learn to recognize and distance yourself from opportunistic behaviors. Start surrounding yourself with people who value you for who you are, not just what you can do for them. Breaking the cycle of self-sacrifice is crucial for your well-being. When you continuously place the needs of others before your own, you may start to lose sight of your own health and happiness. This pattern of behavior not only depletes your emotional reserves but can also lead to physical consequences, as stress and lack of self-care take their toll. The constant push to meet others' expectations can set a precedent that your needs are always secondary, which is unsustainable in the long run. Constantly sacrificing your needs for the sake of others leads to a destructive path, one that often ends in burnout and resentment. When you neglect your own needs for too long, feelings of bitterness and frustration can begin to surface. These feelings are signs that your limits are being tested and that a change is necessary. Ignoring these warning signs can lead to more severe emotional and physical exhaustion, manifesting as burnout, where you feel empty, devoid of motivation, and beyond caring. It's time to prioritize self-care and assert your boundaries firmly. Establishing clear boundaries is the first step towards maintaining your health and ensuring that your relationships are mutually respectful and beneficial. This means learning to say no or negotiating your involvement in activities that demand too much of your time or energy. You deserve to be treated with the same compassion you freely give to others, and this starts with treating yourself kindly and recognizing your own worth and needs. Being the hero can kill you inside. This role, often glorified in stories and media, suggests that you must constantly save others and solve problems, regardless of the personal cost. While helping others is admirable, continuously being in a rescuer role without regard for your own well-being can lead to significant emotional drain. The pressure to maintain this heroic facade can prevent you from addressing your own vulnerabilities and needs, which is essential for your mental health. The unseen toll of constantly saving others is enormous and often goes unnoticed until it's too late. This toll includes emotional fatigue, a loss of personal identity, and a diminishing sense of personal achievement. The more you engage in saving others, the more your own needs are sidelined, leading to a cycle where your own goals and aspirations take a back seat to the immediate needs of others. Remember, it's okay to let others fend for themselves sometimes. It's okay to rest. It's okay to be vulnerable. You don't always have to be the strong one. Allowing others to handle their own challenges can be empowering for them and liberating for you. It teaches them resilience and gives you the space to recharge and focus on your own growth. This balance is critical for maintaining long-term relationships that are healthy and fulfilling for all parties involved. Chosen ones are often lonely by design. This loneliness stems not just from the burden of responsibilities, but also from a strategic isolation that occurs when you are perceived as highly capable or indispensable. This isolation can make it difficult to connect with others on a deeper level, as your role often overshadows your personal needs and desires. The solitude that accompanies being a chosen one is not merely a byproduct of busyness, it's often an intentional separation to keep you focused and dependent on those who benefit from your capabilities. This isolation isn't an accident, it's a tactic used to keep you under control, to make you dependent on those who use your capabilities. When you are isolated, it becomes easier for others to dictate your priorities and influence your decisions. This control can make you feel trapped and powerless, further exacerbating feelings of loneliness and helplessness. It's important to recognize these dynamics and understand how they affect your autonomy and well-being. Breaking out of this isolation involves seeking and building a community that supports you, a community where you are valued as a person, not just as a resource. Engaging with peers who understand and share similar experiences can provide the emotional support needed to navigate these challenges. Building this kind of supportive network allows for a healthier balance between helping others and maintaining your own mental health. In this community, you can find genuine connections that affirm your worth beyond your utility to others, fostering a sense of belonging and mutual care. Your time is precious and not unlimited. Start treating it like the finite resource it is by investing it in reciprocal relationships that enrich your life, rather than in one-sided dynamics that drain you. Empathy without boundaries leads to self-destruction. It's vital to learn where to draw the line, to understand that you can be compassionate while also protecting your emotional well-being. Now, as we conclude, remember that stepping out of these roles isn't an act of rebellion but an act of empowerment. It's about choosing paths that align with your values, not those imposed upon you. You have the power to redefine your life and your contributions on your own terms. If this message resonated with you, please subscribe for more insights into personal empowerment. Share this video to help spread the message of self-liberation, and if you've ever felt trapped by your own yes, comment 777 below to share your journey towards freedom. Thank you for joining me today. May you find the strength to choose yourself just as often as you've chosen others. Blessings to you on your path to liberation.